wanted to make a little follow-up video. So it's been, I think, about a month and a half since my last one. I think it was beginning of December, something like that. And I had just put in the Flashmasters ECU and was just getting kind of some initial results, but wanted to wait until time went on, until I really gave a, kind of a definitive opinion. Yeah, so it's been about a month and a half. I've put on probably 1,000 miles. I mean, with COVID, and I go to school online mostly. I don't put much miles on it, but it's a good test. It's worked great. So the Flashmasters ECU, highly recommend them. Like I showed the first time, plug it in, started the first time. The idle has stabilized. It no longer wants to die. I've noticed, in fact, when you're shifting, it adjusts to your shift pattern. So if you're really kind of getting into it, it'll drop the RPMs quicker so you can get in the next gear quick. Or if you're driving a little more leisurely, it'll lag behind a little bit. So by the time you finally release the clutch, it's just perfect where it should be. Very happy with it. It's neat. Upshift light works. Cruise control works exactly as it should be. Yeah, you can press the clutch pedal, and this works on the auto and the manual ECU. You can press the clutch in and it will disengage the cruise control. But yeah, cruise control works exactly how it should be. The idle is stabilized. There is 0 check engine lights right now, and I took it through Oregon State emissions and it passed. So sweet. Emissions, this is a fully legal manual swap as far as the state of Oregon is concerned. One thing I did notice on the emissions test was because the VIN of the Jeep is going to show that it's an auto. Well, it showed that it was an automatic. So if your state is a little more, they check a little more thoroughly, and they're looking to see, is this really an automatic in here? Which I can't imagine any state is really going to look that hard, but those like in California or other really picky states might want to keep that in mind. But as far as emissions and OBD2 stuff comes down, it passes. That is great. So yeah, so emissions has done great. No codes, no nothing. Yeah, very happy with it. I've noticed, what else have I noticed? So there's a drive that I've done a few times before the manual swap, then during the manual swap, technically, like it was done the same, but it was on the auto ECU, and then recently as it's been somewhat finished. So before, when it was fully automatic, as it should be, I was getting like 16 miles per gallon, and it was a drive from Portland, Oregon to Corvallis, which is about a 90-mile drive, and about 70 to 80 miles of that is just sitting on the highway going 55 to 60 the whole way. There's 65 the whole way. So about 15, 16 on an auto, and then once I had the auto ECU and the manual swap, I was facing a little bit of a headwind. So here's the variable, a little bit of a headwind, and I know my thermostat wasn't working. I know for a fact it was running cold. It was running at about 160 the whole way. So that does affect the results. I don't think by much. I did a trip to Arizona where that thermostat wasn't working. I still got like 18 when it was an auto. Just keep in mind, that could be a variable, messing with numbers. And yeah, I was about 15. But recently did the trip again, same deal, but now that the manual ECU is working exactly how it should be, and I got a Mopar replacement thermostat. Stay away from failsafe, by the way, for the 4-liter. But now that I got the right one going, I got 18.5 miles per gallon on this trip. Pretty similar. Driving conditions, weather was the same, wind was the same. I wasn't speeding, I was just driving the exact same I would, and yeah, 18.5 miles per gallon. My range has gone up, which I figured was a 23% increase in mileage on the highway. I'd say realistically for others it might be 10 to 15, but I'm going to do more testing. So yeah, I've realized some better highway economy. And then it's stabled out, it's legal now. Very happy with it. Reverse lights work exactly as they should be. Yeah, I may make another little in-depth video about the swap where I get a little closer into the details, but just haven't had the time lately. For stuff like gearing, I think 410s a manual transmission and 32s is a great combo. 456 would be a nightmare. It'd be way too high. I'm already at like 2300 RPMs, I think 2250, going 70, something like that. And if I was going in 456 gears, it'd be like 2700. That's too steep. And it's already got so much torque. When I was on this highway trip, it was 90 miles one way. I never once left fifth gear, not even on the hills, not once. Held fifth gear the entire time, except for when I got in the city and had to go below 40. So fifth gear all the time. I love the gearing. Those on a factory Jeep up to like 30s, 31s, I'd say 30s, and keeping their auto gearing 355s, I think they'll find the same results, maybe even better. I'm curious to see what the difference is. I'm sure it'll be better. So whatever the case is, the gearing works great. Those with 30s or 31s should not have to worry about getting different gears. It'll have all the torque it needs. You'll get lots better fuel economy too. Yeah, just kind of a video I wanted to make really quick. Mostly off the ECU, just letting you know. It's been a month and a half. It's working great. I love it. And the Jeep is, I'm gonna see if I can get a quick little video. I'll show you a mic. Showing if there's any check engine lights. I'll pull in neutral because I still don't have a clutch safety switch wired up. So, neutral. Just like that. Fully legal, no lights. This got reset, but this is the range I've actually gotten. 233.2 miles, 16.5 miles per gallon, but on this drive, of the 230 miles I've driven, 180 of that was on the highway. I did the math, figured it out. That's a good sensor going. Wait for that to go. And that was 40 miles of city driving. So yeah, so I'm getting 16.5 miles per gallon for mostly highway driving. And that's 6-inch lift Jeep on 32s, and not exactly driving like the nicest person in the world. But it's great. I love it. The swap is, as far as I'm concerned, it's done. Yeah, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Flashmasters ECM, I recommend them 100%. Great company, and it's taking care of all of my problems. The Jeep is fully legal, and everything's good. Thanks for watching.